Hi, this is Ike from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got another book to read for you. Today's book is Aladdin and the Sly Magician for 1980. So let's get started. Aladdin was married to a lovely princess. They lived in a big palace. It belonged to the prince's father, the rich sultan. The palace had a beautiful garden. Aladdin and the princess liked to visit the garden. The palace had horse stables too. The princess liked to watch Aladdin ride his horse, and she liked to listen to Aladdin songs. Her favorite song was about Aladdin when he was a poor boy. There once was a sly magician who knew about a magic lamp. It was in a cave. He paid Aladdin to bring him the lamp, but poor Aladdin, he did not have enough time to get out of the cave. The cave door closed while Aladdin was still inside. Aladdin was scared in that cave. Then he rubbed the lamp. A genie appeared. "Make a wish," said the genie. "I wish to escape," said Aladdin. Poof, he was home. Next, Aladdin wished to marry the sultan's daughter. His wish was granted. Then he wished for gold. Soon he had so much that he did not need to use the lamp anymore. Aladdin nearly forgot about the sly magician. But the sly magician did not forget about Aladdin. He wanted his lamp back. One day in the market, the sly magician heard some men talking. They spoke about the rich young Aladdin. "Aladdin has my lamp," he said to himself. "I bet he asked the genie for gold. I must get my lamp back," the magician said to himself. The magician had a plan. He just like a merchant. He set up a tent near the palace. The next morning, Aladdin went for a ride. In a minute, Aladdin was out of sight. The sly magician walked over to the palace courtyard. He opened a sack filled with lamps. New lamp for old lamps. New lamp for old, new lamp for old, he cried. Many people traded their old lamps for shiny new ones. One of Aladdin's servants heard the sly magician cry. She ran upstairs quickly. She got Aladdin's lamp. How pretty a shiny new lamp will look, she thought. The servant gave the magician the rusty old lamp. He gave her a shiny one in return. The sly magician was very happy. He ran to his tent as fast as he could. "Aha, now the genie will grant my wishes," he said, rubbing the lamp. Poof, there was the genie. "What can I do for you, master?" the genie asked. More Aladdin, Move Aladdin's palace to a faraway place," the magician said. Presto, the palace was gone. A big hole was left in the garden. Later that morning, Aladdin returned from his ride. The Sultan ran over to him. "Look what happened," he cried. "The palace is gone, and the princess is gone too." Poor Aladdin was miserable. "I must find out what happened," he thought. Aladdin walked around the market. People there told Aladdin how the merchant had cried out, "New lamp for old." Aladdin figured out what had happened. "The sly magician got the lamp," said Aladdin sadly. Suddenly, Aladdin a remember a meadow he found in the cave. He had never used it. Maybe this is magic too, he said. He rubbed it gently. Poof, a new genie appeared. What can I do for you? The genie asked. Please return the princess in the palace, said Aladdin. I do not have the power to move the princess or the palace, said the genie, but I can take you to them. Poof, in a minute, Aladdin was at the palace. The first person Aladdin saw was his own guards. Where is the genie? Asked Aladdin. Aladdin found her in the kitchen. She was working as a maid. How happy am I to see you, they both said. Do you know where the sly magician hid the lamp? Asked Aladdin. In his bag, said the princess. Said Aladdin. We will take it from him. I have a plan. Aladdin ran to a shop in town. He bought what he needed for his plan. The princess served the sly magician his tea, but first Aladdin dropped a sleeping potion into the tea. Soon the magician head nodded. He was fast asleep. Aladdin snuck into the room. Quickly, he took the lamp from the magician's bag. Aladdin rubbed the lamp, and there was the first genie. What can I do for you, master? He said. Take us home. Take the palace home too, Aladdin commanded. Presto, the beautiful palace was back where it belonged. Aladdin and his princess were safely home too. Aladdin and the princess gave a big party. They told everyone about the flying magician. Everyone agreed never to let him into the kingdom again. Aladdin put the lamp in a special place. A guard watched it day and night. Aladdin and the princess felt very safe and very, very happy. So that was Aladdin and the Flying Magician from 1980. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment, and have a groovy day. And our next book will be Aladdin and the Mission Jew Chess.